The first thing I'm going to be looking at is your stance. So I'm looking for any pigeon-toed or knock-kneed or bow-leggedness. Okay, so I'm taking a look at your hips, and they seem to be pretty good. Your knees seem fine, and your stance for your feet is perfect. Okay, next thing I'm going to have you do is stand on one leg for me to check your balance. Okay, and then we're going to check for a Trendelenburg on your left side. So we're going to have you do a single leg squat. Okay, it curves in a little bit, but not too much. Okay, and the next thing I want to check for is pelvic alignment and malleolus length. So I'm going to have you lay on the table for me real quick. Okay, if you could do a couple of pelvic thrusts for me real quick to align your pelvis and neutralize it. And the first thing I'm going to do is check your malleolus length on her ankles. So one is a little bit shorter than the other, and her left side seems to be shorter than her right side. So, and the next thing we're going to check for is pelvic alignment. Okay, and as predicted, her left side is a little shorter. Okay. The first test that I'm going to be performing is a palpation, and we're going to palpate the adductors first. Okay. So, is that sore? Okay. Okay. And the next thing we're going to palpate is the pubic area, checking for osteitis pubis. Is that sore? And the last thing we're going to palpate is the psoas, checking for any tenderness or soreness. Okay. The next test we're going to be performing is a straight leg raise, and this is testing neural length of the leg. How's that? Tight? Yep, that's definitely tight. Okay. So she has a little bit of neural pain. So the next thing we're going to check for is a hamstring length, which is a 90-90 test. Okay, and that seems to be pretty good. Okay, and the next test is going to be a Thomas test. So if you will please stand up. And you're going to lean back with one knee raised, and you're going to lay back onto the table. Okay. Thomas test is negative, so we shouldn't expect any impingement or labral tears, but just to make sure, we're going to do a click and pop or a quadrant test. And there's no click and pop. Still a possibility of impingement because there's no click and pop, but since there's no pain, no impingement. Okay, the next test we're going to be performing is an ITB test, which I'm going to have you lay on your side for me real quick, please. And the first one we're going to do is an over test. So, bring this back, push the table, make sure you're that. There you go. Hips, no cheating. There you go. Hers is a little stiff, so we're going to check that ITB with palpation and see if it's tender. Is that tender? Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's a positive. And the next ITB test we're going to do is a PGM, checking to see if she can hold it up. Okay. Here you go. Hold that for me. And you should be able to hold that for about 45 seconds. She seems okay on that. The next test is going to be a Eli test, checking for short quads. So if you could lay on your stomach for me, please. And this, your foot should be touching your butt. Okay, and hers is pretty good. Okay. Next test we're going to do is checking for a glutes firing test, And basically, you want the glutes to fire first because they're the strongest muscle in the body. And if they don't fire first, and the hamstrings fire first, then the hamstrings are overcompensating for the glutes. We don't want that. Okay, so if you could raise your right leg for me real quick. Okay, one more time. Okay, and her glutes are firing first, so she's got pretty strong glutes. Okay, the next test we're going to do are on the knees. So if you will, please turn over onto your back. Okay, and we're going to do this one. Okay, we're going to test to see if she's got 2 centimeter glide test on her patella and her legs. There you go. She's a little ticklish. Okay, it's not moving very far. I think she's a little stiff. So there you go. That's better. Okay, and then we're going to palpate to see if there's any tenderness around the patella. Is there any tenderness? No? No? Okay. The first test we're going to do is an ACL test. So we're going to grab this, and we're going to grab underneath, and then I'm just going to, these are tiny. Okay, seems to be fine. And the next one we're going to do is a valgus test, which is testing the MCL to see if there's any tearing or too much movement. Okay, and hers seems fine. Next one is going to be a varus test, testing for LCL. Okay, pretty good. Okay, and the last one we're going to do is similar to the labral tear. It's the meniscus. If we hear a click and pop, then there should be a tear, but if we don't hear a click and pop or feel a click and pop, it's probably just impingement. Okay, no click and pop, so you're good.